Ladies, welcome to today's workshop where we have the wonderful Kathy Cruson Ford, who is going to let us know of all sorts of wonderful things that are available for us through the Denver Human Services. So thank you so much, Kathy, for being with us today. Welcome.
And welcome everybody. And I'm going to let you know right now, we like for you to be able to use this link by holding up your cell phone camera, and it should open up Mentimeter. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can type into your browser on your phone. This is one training where we say, hey, go ahead and be on your phones. How many times does that happen? Usually they say, get off your phone. No, I want you to get on your phone. If you go in and go www.menti.com, and then that code, you want to make sure it's all squished together because that tends to be a problem when you have the space. So I just put that in the chat box as well. That's 3860-3370. And I'd love for you to participate because it's going to be fun. What? We're having fun in training? Yes, we're going to have fun in training. So, and if you don't feel comfortable using Mentimeter, that's okay. But I really want to try to give out some prizes today. And so the only way I can really track it is if you use Mentimeter. So we'll go ahead. It shows me a heart. That's perfect. That's what you need to be showing. And I'll show you. I'm into, because I want to win. No, I don't. But you should see something that says DHS Navigator, and you should be able to see that little heart. So I think we have 4 of us on. I'm on 2, 5. I think we got everybody. All right. The next slide, it's going to be a test, and it's one of my favorite slides, and you'll see why in a minute. Who would you rather have lunch with? By the way, Camden, the Wonder Boy, is my one and only grandson at this point. I'm going to have another grandson in July. So two more boys. Yes, Michelle Obama is a huge favorite. Trust me. Mom's right there too. When I trained Financial Empowerment Center, they wanted Elon Musk. That was kind of funny. But yeah. Oh, wait a minute. And I gotta vote too, right? Okay. And Shalon, I see you're going into chat, and that's fine as well. Like I said, I got to put in my Camden. If you do get kicked out on your phone, jump back in, jump back in. And like I said, it said I would love so much to have lunch with my mom again. Yeah, me too. My mom passed a number of years ago. Miss her terribly, but I know she's keeping an eye out for me. Definitely. Dad too. All right, we are there. It looks like we have 9 people on. I think I'm one of those folks. I won't win, I promise. I'm not going to do it anymore. So,
Kathy, we actually have 21 people in.
whoa, let's get some more folks in then if we can. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for
Yeah.
letting me know. So, again, I'm going to go back one more. Actually, I'm not going to go back one more because that may mess us up. So, if you go into chat, you will see one more time. I'm going to put what you can put in your phone in your browser. Open up your browser, type in www.menti.com, and put in the code 38603370 because I want to give out some prizes. Going to give out Amazon gift cards for first and second place. If that's any kind of incentive for you to get on Mentimeter. And that's the way you win the prizes if you can. And as I mentioned, you do want to use your cell phone because we are going to track this. Okay, we'll keep going. So, welcome. This is resource navigation, and this is just a piece of the training that I typically provide every month. And if you're ever interested in being involved in that, I will share the documents and training schedule. But we're going to quickly go through resources for you. In the past, I know I've come in person and given you folders. Well, now I'm going to give you my training folder, and you can always go in there to grab information out of. I want to know who you are. Tell me who you are. So again, Mentimeter, www.menti.com. I want you to type in your name and your organization. Tell me if you're not working in an organization, maybe you're caring for your children or other loved ones. You're a caregiver or a homemaker. That's a job, right? I have 2 boys that are now 29 and 35. And I know that's always, I see SCL Health. Welcome. Stephanie, stay at home mom right now. Not a problem with that. I know with COVID, it really changed a lot of things for a lot of us, right? And even like I said, that's moms that stay at home and stuff deserve double pay, right? I'm putting my in. Oh, who do you got? Community College of Denver. Oh yeah, and you remember the folder. Great. Gloria, yes. Io, great. Shalon. Jamie Davis, stay at home. You got it. Carly Bernard, intern at Dress for Success. Welcome. Dion. And again, if you don't feel comfortable using Mentimeter, I get it. We'd love for you to do that, but you can also go into chat. Tell me who you are there as well, because I'd like to see who's here and who's participating. And again, I am going to put that link again to the training material because I want you to know this PowerPoint is in that training folder. Give it a couple more seconds here. I'll show you what that folder looks like. Quite a few things in here. The PowerPoint I'm showing you today is right here. My full navigator training of 217 pages is in here. So even if you never attend my training that I have typically every month, you go in there and it's got great information. And you can continue to go into this folder every single month because there's always changes with COVID that we talk about briefly. All right, who else we got? More folks jumping on. Sherry Diamond, awesome. Perfect, perfect. Welcome, everybody. Let's keep her going. So there's our mission statement, partnering with our community to protect those in harm's way and help all people in need, no exceptions. And I like our vision. It talks about being connected, supported, safe, and well. And that's what we look at. Also, that's our value sphere. And we have a nice campaign, hashtag Be Human. This has been going on for over a year now. Actually, it's probably 2 years. That is our campaign. And this is our value sphere, healthy and connected community, network of opportunity and essential services. And these are the different goals. Everything we do, we look at these different goals and how they relate to the value sphere. Okay, so let's get to the good stuff. I always want to know who's in charge. This is human services. That looks pretty complicated, doesn't it? What I'm going to talk more about today is my team that I'm on, community outreach and resource engagement. And again, especially the resource engagement. You'll see over here the new division for it's called community impact and strategic planning. And then you have prevention and protection, and then you have assistance. And the assistance division, they process more of the food, the cash, the med, and then you have child support here. So again, that's a very busy org chart. So let's get to my division, as I mentioned, because again, what I'm going to tell you today is going to help you in so many ways. So take out those phones again. Let's type in, if you can, and you'll see that code, www.menti.com. Again, in case you get kicked out, I always get kicked out. You put the numbers together, 3860-3370. When you think of the word assistance, what comes to mind? I want you to type in your screen, and we're going to take a look what everyone thinks when they hear the word assistance. I'm doing it too, because I want to see and I want to contribute, and I would love to see what you have. So what I'm going to do is open it up and look at what we've got. Help, resources, cash guidance, food, love. I love love. That's a good one. And I see angel, right? Empowerment, helping others, important, caring, guidance. By the way, every time I do one of these trainings, I love printing out this sheet and putting it on my wall. And it reminds me of the work that we all do and how we're helping each other. Even if we are not in the workforce per se, I know we help each other. We're helping our children if we're having to stay home and they're doing remote learning. So be there for me, empowerment. I'm in need, empathy. We'll give it a couple more seconds. And again, I love when you guys participate. This makes me very happy. I'm looking in chat as well. All right, continue on. This is my team, complex care team. that also includes behavioral health navigators. SNAP to Success goes hand in hand with food assistance. General assistance and emergency assistance. Right now, there is a huge need for this, and I'm going to share information about that. I'm excited to do that. Our Give Center, our Resource Hub team, Refugee and Immigrant Services, and then Veteran Services. That's my team in a nutshell. We're going to talk about each piece, though, very quickly. The Complex Care Team. The way I look at it this way, normally when someone applies for food or Medicaid or cash programs, they may see one of our eligibility technicians in the Family and Adult Assistance Division. We may process the case, and then that worker may give them resource lists. They may say, here's something for housing, here's something for food, etc. This team, though, takes a deeper dive, and they will help folks. I think of individuals that are chronically homeless and then can't get into housing and they just struggle. Or it could be someone that has tried many different steps to get benefits or to get help and they're at a dead end. They're just not able to navigate. So this team will do that holistic wraparound approach and they're going to help. So that being said, you can reach out to them. If you know somebody, if you feel that this is something that might be able to help you, please do reach out to them, because also within this team, they have behavioral health navigators. And I love this because you may know somebody, maybe struggling mental health wise or substance abuse. You can refer them also to Kristen and Erica. They are amazing. They will follow up. They will do referrals. And again, it's all free services. So example, they may talk to the client and they may say, okay, we're going to refer you to Mental Health Center of Denver or other resources. But I love it because they are amazing. And when I say they're amazing, I had a veteran in the cubicle next to me threatening to commit suicide. And I reached out to Kristen, and I want to say she came down almost immediately and helped. So, yes, and it says, can you repeat? And again, it's right here, Complex Care Team at denvergov.org. Also, this whole PowerPoint is in your training folder, and that's in the link I put in chat, and I'll put it there again, definitely. And you will also get my email that you can reach out to me at any time with any questions about anything, and I will answer those for you. I promise, Girl Scouts honor, because I was a Girl Scout. All right. So again, Erica and Kristen, feel free to reach out to them. Again, it could be even for yourself. I know I've been down at times and I'm like, I need someone to talk to, especially during COVID and not having having the ability to talk to other people or to even hug people. This is a great way to reach out and talk to somebody. You also have the Colorado Crisis Services that you've heard about. That's 24/7 help that you can reach out and talk to somebody that way. So, like I said, I'll do it 100%. I will call at any time if I need someone to talk to. By the way, going back to your training folder, I'm going to open that up one more time. I may open it up a couple times. Ooh, that's my big training folder. I'll share that with you too. That's for my navigator training, but this is my resource training folder that I just sent you the link. And in there, I actually have flyers. So remember when I gave you the packet or the folder with all the different flyers? This has tons of flyers in it for you to go and look through when you have a chance. Okay. So that's what I want to offer to you. And again, I am also pulling that over here. Sorry. I wanted to open up one more thing to show you before we continue on with the PowerPoint. This is what happens when you have 3 billion documents open and you jump around. But I love doing it because I really want to show you again this resource folder outside of the platform. I click over here on organized pages when I have a PDF open, and it has everything, as I mentioned, under the sun. Some of these flyers, I'm going to be honest with you, are outdated. Example, like our care center in the Castro building. Right now, it is not open. It is not open. We are not open. And we may not open potentially until September because we have to be safe. But that being said, some of the services that were provided, they're doing a lot of it virtually. Let's say they have to have visitation or other trainings. So please reach out to them. So that's the disclaimer. But again, this is so picture this. This is your resource packet. Instead of being in a folder, it's right here in this training Google Docs folder. And like I said, we'll come back to this during the training as well. All right. How do we feel about that? That's a lot. And again, there's a flyer for behavioral health in that packet. Snap to Success. Here's what I can tell you about Snap to Success. If you receive food assistance, you can sign up for this. And what it helps is, especially if you're trying to find a job, or example, I could potentially retire at some point, maybe next year, knock on wood, but then I want to get another job and maybe I'm under income or I qualify for food assistance. I can sign up for Snap to Success and they're going to help me. They're going to help me as far as developing my resume or interviewing skills. And Brittany's doing an amazing job with this team. Right now, for Snap to Success, it was required if you were an able-bodied adult without children, but that's been waived because of COVID. So that being said, they want to be able to help more people. If you're interested, there is the email for them as well as a phone number. Reach out to them and say, hey, I'm interested in doing resume writing. And even if they can't help per se, they're going to refer you out to different partners who can help. And like I said, they do great work helping individuals get to work if they need to, finish their GED, on and on and on. I love this team. Okay. All right. This part I love a lot. A lot. There's information about emergency shelters. There's information about rental assistance, deposit eviction and mortgage assistance, burial assistance, family reunification, food and pharmacy vouchers. Bottom line is this: there are so many people that need this help. And I'm going to show you how you can easily apply. You can do it online. You can send in a paper application. You can also call and you can drop off an application. You can fax an application, on and on and on. So I'm going to show you a couple more things though. The housing assistance. There is more funding because of COVID. And because of that, we are giving out more assistance than we've ever done in our I want to say in the time that I've been here at the agency. There's more funding. And what I want to show you real quick is one way for you to be able to apply. So type in Denver Human Services, right? Easy enough. Then I see Denver Human Services here, City and County of Denver. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to look at this page, and right away, I'm going to go over here where it says additional assistance. So I'm not going to bother with anything else. By the way, I'm going to show you some other tips and tricks on what to find on this page because you will be surprised how wonderful our website can be. You just have to navigate it, right? That's what we do. So Denver Human Services, you scroll down. I'm going to come right past this. I'm going to talk about this disaster assistance in a minute. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you where the additional assistance section is. Also, we'll come back to talk about property tax help. So start here, go to additional assistance, and then scroll down. There's information about emergency assistance. LEAP just closed. Its last day to apply for LEAP was on April 30th. You have Denver property tax, disability services, our Give Center, and disaster assistance, which I mentioned. But guess what? I'm going to come right here where it says emergency assistance. I'm going to click on this. Look at that. You've got a screening tool. This starts the application. Whether you're doing it for yourself or let's say another family member, or you're a community partner helping clients. This is one way that you can get the ball rolling. You've got deposit, eviction, mortgage, first month's rent, storage, and Excel. Fill this out. Fill this out. And again, if you're filling it out for someone else, put your contact information and let us know that. So if you're a community partner and you're helping another client, let us know that. Or family member. Maybe I'm helping my elderly parents or aunts or uncle, and I'm trying to help them with this process. I'm going to put my name and the contact information. That is one way to be able to apply for assistance. What I'm also going to do, as I mentioned, my training folder is huge. I'm going to provide that link for you as well. And I'll also email it to you, Gloria, so you can share with everybody. But that being said, right here is a folder that says General Assistance, Emergency Assistance. And guess what we have in here? We have a flyer. And this flyer lets you know that if you need help with rental assistance, or let's say you're a homeless family in Denver with children and you need a motel voucher, or on and on and on, you can call 720-944-2032. Okay, so that's in the training folder. Also, I have an application in here as well that you can download. And when you see this page up here in the right-hand corner, there's an arrow pointing down. That's how you would download the application. So you go ahead, you fill it out, you can fax it to us, you can drop it off, as I mentioned. But for me, I think the quickest way, if I can, is I'm going to go online and I'm going to apply that way. And then it's done and the ball is rolling, right? Here's one thing I also want to show you. This is the checklist for emergency assistance. And this, when you email us, like I showed you, that screening tool, we then turn around and send you this document, but you will have access to this. Now, what I want you to notice though, is on the income guidelines here. For food, med, and cash programs, we look at gross income. This is net income. And many people are eligible for this right now. And so you'll see here it's for emergency assistance programs, and this is your mortgage assistance. And again, after you have your net income, again, we're not looking at your gross, we're looking at what you have net. So imagine everything that comes out of your paycheck before you finally get it. This is what we look at. So folks may be eligible and may not have realized that they were eligible for this. And you know what? Apply, 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 apply. So again, it talks about what we expect you to turn into us to get the ball rolling. So you're ahead of the game. And then after you fill in that application, we'll have a case manager call you and we're going to ask for these documents. And imagine this, you have this information, so you'll be ready to go. And then we can get you turned around and processed quickly. How about that? So that is just a little bit. And again, I gave you links to two different training folders. I gave you my full navigator training, and then I also gave you my resource one. So you've got a lot of nighttime reading to do. It'll put you to sleep, but at least you have a way to get this information. And again, reach out to me at any time with any questions about anything. I'll be here for you. So again, that's one way where we start right on the web page, go to additional assistance, again, come down, go to emergency assistance, and you are on your way. Anybody have any questions? I'm looking in chat, want to make sure we're good to go. All right.
I have a question, please.
Yeah, yes.
Can
What
we
is your-
get your informations from Miss Gloria, please?
Oh yeah, yes, I can definitely send everything in an email to Miss Gloria, and she can make sure she gets it all to you. Because I know when I put things in chat, sometimes it's kind of hard to read or open up, but I will definitely do that.
Thank you.
You bet. And this talks about emergency housing assistance and some of the criteria. For the most part, with general assistance, we will help anybody. no questions asked. With public assistance, typically, let's say if you're undocumented and you have children that are citizens, you can get help. But for RGA and emergency assistance, we don't care about your status at all whatsoever. As it mentions, you know, somebody experiencing homelessness, even if you're a homeowner or undocumented, anybody can apply for this. And as far as helping people get into a home, what we usually do is refer out to different partners. We do have staff that are available for that, but let me show you something else. I know I've got to show you all these resources because these really excite me, that we have a way to help folks. This is Department of Housing Stability. It's called HOST, and they offer resident resources and partner resources. So on the website here, it says, you know, find a rental unit or home, find shelter, eviction and foreclosure assistance. And don't forget, you also have TRUA, TRUA, Temporary Rental Utility Assistance. And my understanding is they were offering assistance up to 100%. It used to be they'd pay 80% of your rent for a couple months. Now, because of funding with COVID, I'd heard it's up to 100%. Okay. And I do see a question in chat real quick. I see here saying the program does not work with Department of Labor and ID Me to prevent fraud, and it does not recognize cameras on iPhones to take the photo required. I can, you know what? I can answer offline and hook you up with some resources for that. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my email right now in chat, and I'll send it to Gloria too. She has it. But reach out to me at any time and I will hook you up with different resources or referrals or how to be able to do that. Because I know we have issues when we do RTD, live RTD, and folks getting their phone, the pictures on their phone to upload for peak. That's another story. But yeah, reach out to me at any time with any question and I will get you that info. So the question about housing, HOST is one of the organizations that help. They have staff there also that help with transitional housing, and we have staff too as well. So let's put that out there. All right. So again, you have a couple different ways that you can apply for this program, right? And in the PowerPoint, it shows the screen so you know what it looks like. And trust me, sometimes they change our our website and it frustrates me, especially the day before I do a training. But this is another way for you to look and see what is on that web page and where to go. Are you guys ready for Mentimeter? I'm going to let you all get back on because you fell asleep. Oh, look at that. Let's do this. I love it that look at the different characters. I'm gonna put mine in too, even though I'm not playing, I promise. Or I won't win, I promise. Give everybody another chance. Get ready to play. We have 8 questions. And again, I would love to give out prizes for the first and second place. By the way, the faster you answer, you can move up the ladder. So even if you're the last one in last place, you could still win. So it's www.menti.com. And again, those numbers are all together, 38 60 3370. And we have some trick questions in here as well. I think we had 15 people that got on a couple minutes ago. I'm going to give it a couple more seconds because like I said, we want you to be able to participate and have fun in the training and learn something at the same time, right? Heck, if my teachers had more games when I was in school, I might have done better. I don't know.
Yeah, we now have 29 participants.
Sweet. It's not too late to jump in. It's not too late to jump in. 29 of you. We'd love to see you do this. And again, what I'm going to do is put that information in chat so you can get to it. It's www.menti.com and the code is 38603370. Let's get some more of you participating. We would love for you to do this. And again, those numbers have to be all together, no space in between. Not sure why they do this on this platform. Give it a couple more seconds and let's see how we do. All right. And again, like I said, there are Oh, get back. I skipped. Start the countdown. I was going to skip a question. What are the ways I can apply for general assistance, emergency assistance? By the way, like I said, there's trip questions in here. Is it online? Mailing or dropping off application? Calling? Ooh, document runner service. What is that? Guess what? Every single one of those. Like I said, it's a trick question. So even if you picked any one of those, online is the best way in my mind to apply. You can mail or drop off the application. You can call us. And we have a document runner service that we talk about where we can actually deliver the documents to you, and then we'll come back and pick it up. And that's an amazing service we've been doing most of COVID for LEAP applications, food, med, cash. So everybody should have got a point if you did that. And again, remember, go as fast as you can because you could still get points. And there's more trick ones like that, by the way. How we doing? Who's leading? Oh, look at that, neck to neck. Everybody's in the running. Look at that. That's awesome. Stephanie was the fastest. Good job, Stephanie. Keep going. Family reunification. We have those situations where somebody is homeless. And I've been doing encampment work. I've been working in the motels for the last year. There's been some very scary times where I didn't have PPE. Yeah, it was hard. Working lately with encampment, we've talked to folks that are in the different tents that are set up throughout the city and saying, how can we help you? And some say, I just want to get home. I just want to get home. And it may be home in another state. It may be in another city. We're going to do that Greyhound bus ticket. And the part I want you to know is this part where it says able-bodied folks do not qualify. That's not true anymore because of COVID. We're not going to make somebody go do day labor. And if there's a tough situation, it says when they're receiving SSI or SSDI, they do not qualify. I've seen exceptions made. If you know somebody that is in this situation and they want to get home, we will provide that one-way Greyhound bus ticket. We're going to call on the other end though, too. We don't just ship out our homeless. We're going to make sure that we can accommodate and take care of everybody. That's what's important to me, is that we take care of folks and put them in a good situation. So that's just a little bit about family reunification. And remember that flyer in the training folder I told you about? That's where you can make that phone call for family reunification. And again, or reach out to me. And like I said, I will share that message and get it on to the next person. All right. Oh, yep. There's that hotline. Food and pharmacy gift cards. We have situations where a client's case may be shut down for some reason. It could be a help desk ticket and they need help. I think of a diabetic that might need their insulin and their Medicaid is shut down. And so they need that help immediately. They can't wait for the help desk ticket to be fixed, right? We have the ability to help. The Family and Adult Assistance Divisions are typically going to give the food gift cards. We, in our core division, will do the pharmacy gift cards typically, but what I want you to see is they're available on a limited basis, and it's King Soopers, Target, and Walmart now that we give the gift card. So that's great. It used to only be King Soopers. Now there's more flexibility. I love that. And again, if they don't have medical coverage, maybe they never applied, we're going to help them apply so they can get full coverage and also get additional benefits concerning getting their pharmacy prescriptions filled. So that's another part of our core team. And again, those are the 3 locations that we look at for the gift card. Oh, here we go with Mentimeter. Let's do this. Yeah. And if you are having problems with Mentimeter, make sure those numbers are all together, www.menti.com. It's 3860-3370. By the way, thank you guys for playing. In another life, I want to be a game show host. I want to be on Wheel of Fortune or something, right? That's what I want to do. Wheel of Fortune, love it. I'll take Vanna's place. No, I want to be, I forgot his name already. That's horrible, but I love watching it. Or even Jeopardy. I don't think I'm sharp enough to do Jeopardy. LeVar Burton is going to be on next, and I love him. So that'll be fun. Aaron Rodgers was fun. Yeah. All right. We got more of you coming on to Menti. Again, remember, the faster you answer, then you can move up the ladder. What do we got? For food and pharmacy help, gift cards are provided for all of the following stores except which one are we not providing gift cards for? Not. What do we got? How are we feeling? Are we good? Who is it? See, we're not. See, that's hard when I put the sentence in there. Except. We provide to these stores except. So we do not give gift cards to Safeway. We do to King Soopers, Target, and Walmart. Yeah, and like I said, sometimes the sentence up above is a little confusing. So make sure you read it. Who's ahead? Oh, look at that. It's moving. How are we doing? Dion's in first place. Woo! And again, the faster you answer, you're going to move right up. Okay, burial assistance. I can tell you that they've been busy over the last year with COVID, and it's not necessarily because of COVID. There have been instances where individuals have had problems with substance abuse and so on. So that being said, what you need to know is this. If you have lost someone or you know someone that has lost someone and you go to that mortuary, it's important that you don't sign a contract until you get all the facts. And here are the facts. You go in and you say, I am going to be applying for burial assistance in the county. If you don't say that, they may quote you different prices. They may say it's $4,000, $6,000, $10,000. But if you say, I am going to apply in the county for burial assistance, then they won't quote you higher than $2,500. And so that being said, we typically will only pay the $1,500, and that's after we looked at all the resources that the deceased had, or any other income, etc. In the full PowerPoint that's in your training folder, it has 6 different pages talking everything you need to know about burial. So again, that's for you to read and look at, but also, again, you can reach out and call. And Pamela's doing a great job with the team. I helped with burial for 3 months, and I can honestly say it was very eye-opening. So wanted to make sure you were aware of that. Every county has burial assistance, a state fund, but Denver has the general assistance funds, and that's with that general assistance we can help individuals that are undocumented. We can help anybody. Okay, so moving on. Refugee and Immigrant Services. Victoria Aguilar is our liaison, and I love this program because she has helped with census information. She has helped with doing training about public charge, and she's trained with Hunger Free Colorado about the rules and regs concerning public charge. She's done a DACA workshop, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival, where prior to COVID, she had a workshop and over 90 DACA recipients came in to reapply for the DACA category. It cost over $500 plus. And DACA recipients paid into Medicare and Social Security. They're, background checked, vetted, the whole bit. She's helped with that. She's helped with refugees, asylees, anybody that has any questions. So this program was also called New Americans. If you're a lawfully permanent resident and you have questions about benefits, she can help. I can help with that as well. So Victoria Aguilar is our contact. Reach out to me. I will connect you all day long. Veteran Services. I think I mentioned the last time I saw most of you, my father was in the military for 21 years. He served in the Air Force and was in Thailand during the Vietnam, 2 different years where I didn't see him for a full year both times. And so mom was raising a family of 6 kids by herself. And I can say the veterans are very near and dear to my heart. We've gone all the way down. I go into the jails and correctional facilities too, by the way, to meet with folks coming out of incarceration and to offer resources. But We helped 75 veterans that were down in Sterling, Colorado, and somehow lost their way. And we were able to help them to get to self-sufficiency. So that being said, we help any veteran, whether they're honorably or dishonorably discharged, we're going to help them. They may not be entitled to veterans benefits, but we're going to hook them up with other agencies that will help veterans that maybe lost their way and got in trouble. Okay, so we have peer-to-peer support. We have a county veteran service officer. Reach out for that as well. Oh, here goes. Ready? Come on, everybody, wake up your phones. Like I said, I love training where they say, use your phones, use them. We want you to look at your phones. Couple more of you getting on. Awesome. And again, if you're putting anything in chat, I will certainly try to answer that, but you also know you can reach out to me. Let's do this. Make sure you read this very carefully. Does a veteran have to be honorably discharged in order to receive assistance from our team in Denver? Do they have to be honorably discharged? Do they have to be? True or false? And it's kind of worded weird. So again, I'll cut you some slack. That's false. Remember, we help anybody, honorably or dishonorably. And I love the cameras when people are celebrating. Love it. Love it. Yeah. All right. I love seeing faces too, by the way. How we doing? Who's moving on up? Oh, look at you. Look at you guys neck to neck. And again, remember, the faster you answer, Gloria, moving right up that line. Yeah, yeah. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, and you know what? Carly was the fastest that time, so she's moving. Gonna get right on up.
I am playing, but I can't win.
Okay. All right. Put that disclaimer out there. Okay. What I want to show you is our marketplace program overview. It's called our Give Center. And our Give Center prior to COVID, anybody could come in. Didn't matter how much money you make. You could come in and get hygiene products, 5 products every single month. So if I wanted a toothbrush, I could actually go in and get a toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, etc. Well, with COVID, totally shut down. And so that being said, they have been available virtually, okay, for us to reach out and say, we need some help. And what I want to show you, though, is some of the help that they can provide you. So let's say you're a brand new parent and you need baby supplies, or let's say you want to know more about food pantries, etc. What I'm going to do is open up our folder that the core team uses, and you can see here different resource lists. We have dental information, we have food information, general wellness, and typically with most of these, we're going to have English and Spanish. We used to update this quarterly. Now we're only doing it biannually, but then again, like I said, you reach out to our DHS Resource Hub team and say, hey, can you give me some resources for any one of these? So example, if I'm going to go, I'm trying to think of what's a good one to go into. I'm going to try, let's try dental. And so here I have dental resources in English and Spanish. And again, they're updating it all the time. So when I open this up, you can see different organizations that would help with dental, right? These are great lists that they've been working on. So feel free to reach out to them. Reach out to me too. I'm always willing to share, always willing to share. And so that is just one of the resource lists that we have in here. And like I said, you'll see older adult information, prescription, if you need reentry services, especially folks coming out of incarceration, and so on. So reach out. And like I said, if I'm not available or aren't able to get it, that's when you want to also go to the Resource Hub email. And I'll put that in chat as well as sending it to Gloria too. So I'll send you a huge list of all these great resources that are available. You can call them and say, I need help. I need, like I said, maybe baby supplies or food pantries. I'm also going to show you online where you can go to find that information for yourself too. What do we say about giving people fish, but then teaching them to fish? I'm all about teaching you to fish. So we're going to be great fishermen, right? Here we go. We also have waivers and referrals that we can provide. We have these waivers available, the ID card waivers, the birth certificate waiver, and the death certificate waiver. We do not do the driver's license. Then you have the different clothing referrals, Dress for Success. You also have Denver Works, A Precious Child Close to Kids. Now, this is some additional support that I love. When I had gone into Smith Road Jail, and I went into 17 different pods. They're called pods, and they had about 30 folks in each one of these pods. So 17 of them I went into. And I asked folks, I said, how many of you need eyeglasses? In every single one of those pods, half of the folks raised their hand and said they needed eyeglasses. Wow. So that being said, New Eyes for the Needy is an amazing program. And initially, we were limited at only giving 5 eyeglasses out every month, but now we've hired more staff in our Give Center. I'm so excited. So we're able to help more. So again, if you know somebody that needs eyeglasses, send them our way. We also do help with the ARC vouchers and referrals. And then we also have the TFAP boxes. That's Temporary Emergency Food Assistance Program. They're non-perishable food boxes. When we go and go to with Food Bank of the Rockies 2 times a month at 2 of our locations. We're at the East Building. We're also at Empower Field where the Broncos play. We also bring those boxes there. Also, I wanted to let you know, and I'm not supposed to advertise this, but at our Castro building initially was shut down in February because pipes broke and it messed up the second and first floor. So we really were not there at all. We do have some staff, however, that are back on the first floor at the Castro building. And I'm saying we don't advertise it because we don't want folks to come and then expose each other to COVID. But that being said, a lot of times our homeless clientele feel like there's nowhere to go or what to do. They'll show up here and say they're hungry. Well, guess what? We may give them some food from the TFAP. We might be able to help that way. But again, promise me, Girl Scouts Honor, you're not going to advertise it. Just know that's what has been available. Also, important thing for you to know, I'm real excited about coming up with Food Bank of the Rockies, Work Options for Women, which is another organization that actually is for men too. They're going to be having food available, 4 different frozen food packets that they're going to be giving out at the Food Bank of the Rockies locations where we will be. So that's exciting. The information is going out or went out in my Community Digest newsletter, which we'll talk about also. So that's a little bit about Give and the waivers and referrals. If you are interested as a community partner to fill out a referral form for your clients, I can give you that form and you can email it directly to them. And I'm going to have to show you that too, because I love showing you all this stuff. It's like sometimes I feel like it's Christmas and it's like, oh, you've got to see this and you've got to see this. I'm going to go back into our web page again. And this is our internal web page. Someday we'll be able to share this with you, but that's the client resource list. I'm going to go back and bear with me as I navigate through our fun little page. You guys get to see what's double secret in our organization. We have a lot going on. There's our community outreach team. And then our next event, we're doing a day of service at the Boy and Girls Club on May 15th. Real excited about that. There's our division director, Dana Niemela. Lasana Munoz is my boss. But you have the resource form here that I can send to you. And again, the idea is this. You could fill this out and you could send it in to the DHS Resource Hub team. And typically they can take 2 days to fill it. But let's say you need that state ID waiver, or maybe a Colorado birth certificate or a hygiene packet. So either for yourself or for other individuals, we'll get you this resource hub referral form as well if you need that. So again, more stuff. Let's move on. Oh, here we go. Mentimeter, come on. Who's going to be the fastest? Make sure I turn mine on. Like I said, I'm not winning either. Let's do this. The faster you answer. The Gift Center can provide waivers for all of the following except which one we cannot do. Which one is it that we cannot do? We are not doing. Is it the Colorado ID? Is it the driver's license, death certificate, or birth certificate? What do we got? That's right. We do not do the waivers for the Colorado driver's license. However, we do the ID, the death certificate waiver, and the birth certificate waiver for Colorado. And if it's out of state and someone needs that birth certificate from out of state, we're going to give them a list of partners that'll help. I always think of Metro Caring as one. So again, that's part of our resource list that we can provide to you. All right, how we doing? How we feeling? We have donations and drives. Bryn Daly does an amazing job. Be a Giver Hygiene is going on right now, and we're asking for organizations to donate either money or hygiene products. Some actually have bins that they'll collect hygiene, and the idea is then we would turn around and be able to help others with this. We do the Be a Giver school supply drive every year, and last year, I believe it was over 1,200 backpacks were given out to children, school children, to be able to have. And then we do a Be a Giver holiday gift drive where we'll pair people with individuals and have presents. That's for children as well as adults. That makes me excited. And don't forget the Santa Claus shop. We had the Santa Claus shop last year. We helped with that, and it was a drive-through situation, and we served over 14,000 children got toys. It was crazy and I loved it. 4 days of fun. It was amazing. So here we go. Another question. Wake up that phone. Wake it up. And I'm seeing how we're doing time so I don't go over. And it looks like I'm doing good. So I'm happy about that. Let's do this. Question 5 of 8. What do we got? Oh, this one may be tough. What does CORE stand for? My division. Is it Center for Operations, Research and Engineering? Is it Community Outreach and Resource Engagement? Is it Congress of Racial Equity? Racial Equity. You guys are brilliant. Brilliant. Awesome. How we doing? Let's see. Woo! Who's fastest that time? Let's go. Keep moving on up. Like I said, if you're not showing on the screen, you could still move up. Look at Stephanie just moved up. And Dion's at top, Gloria, Stephanie. Let's keep going. Our food initiatives. We, as I mentioned, are working with Food Bank of the Rockies. We also have Same Cafe that we've helped So All May Eat. They had a mobile unit in the beginning of COVID. They could not give the food out because they were closed down. We actually went to Same Cafe and we delivered food to a few of our family motels, and it was pretty amazing. That really was a project. And then We Don't Waste. For We Don't Waste, they actually get the airline snacks, and they have to turn those over every 2 days. I guess the airline does. We were getting some amazing snacks, and we were taking them to the different homeless motels. Right now, with Host, there are 6 motels in Denver that are protective action sites, they're respite sites, etc., where the homeless are being placed to keep them safe. And there was funding that was approved. I think it was close to $10 million for the housing and for homelessness and everything else. So good things will come out of that, I'm sure. These are the mobile pantry schedule. And again, it's in that packet, that resource flyers that I showed you. So we are now in May. The next one will be May 17th, and that will be at Power Field, Bronco Stadium, right? And then the 21st will be at our East office. So make sure you reach out, and what they provide every single time, the food bank will be providing all the different produce, box goods. We have the TFAT boxes. In the past, Botanic Gardens has also come out. I'm hoping they do that again. And don't forget, Wow Cafe will be providing those frozen meals. And I think they said 4 frozen meals per car. So that's exciting news. And then you also can register online or ahead of time. Use your cell phone, you go in and register. So when you're waiting in your car, all you have to do is register, click in, and you're good to go. Other assistance programs. I'm a huge advocate for Peak. Some of you know I had used Peak for long-term care for my mother. And it was 12 years ago when I was a Peak reviewer when Peak first started. Peak is the program eligibility application kit, right? Fancy name, Peak. This is the old Peak. The new Peak looks like this. It still pretty much functions the same as the old one, but don't be surprised when you open this up and look and say, oh, it looks different. So you can actually pull up Peak on your phone. You also can pull it up on your computer, okay? I always talk about it because I think it's an amazing tool that you can use. You can sign up for LEAP, CCAP, Food, Med, Cash, Head Start, Nurse Family Partnership, which pairs first-time parents with a nurse, Safe Care Colorado, which is a program that falls under the educational component. Savio House does that in Denver, and they basically help parents be parents. So that's an amazing program. And also WIC. You can apply for WIC online through Peak. That's why I'm a huge Peak advocate, because you can kill all these birds with one stone by using this application. Also, you have a couple other apps that you can use. One is called My CO Benefits and one is Peak Health. And you can go through Google Play or App Store to pull these up. I can tell you right now, when I've gone to the encampments and I've helped folks apply for food or cash, I've used my phone for this. I've got on my phone and I've helped them put in an application. And it was quick and it was fast. And so that being said, whether you need to use it or somebody else you help, this is one way to get on and get the ball rolling. And I love that. And it talks about also, if you have an account, you can report any income changes. And again, whether you need it for yourself or you're helping somebody else apply, why not use your phone and get it done? And I'm all about that. Health First Colorado is if you have that Medicaid case and you want to make household changes or you want to view your card when you go into the doctor's. How many times you go look for your med card, it's not there, and you can pull it up on this app as well. So I wanted to let you know that. There's also tips on health and wellness. And then also if you have to make payments for CHIP Plus or the buy-in programs, Working Adults with Disabilities, or the Child Buy-in Program with children with disabilities, you can make payments that way. So, and again, I just like the fact that you can pull up your Health First card as well as your CHIP Plus card. Very cool. And then if you go online through Peak, you can actually chat with somebody. Typically, a live agent is there 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., but you can ask different questions about your own case. They didn't used to have this. Now you can go on the Peak website and you'll do the virtual chat bot and you'll go in there and say, okay, I need help navigating the system. What else can I apply for? Oh, the other piece is about unemployment that we all may or may not need, the stimulus payments. We talk about that here in a minute as well. And I'll make sure I'm doing okay on time. So who's ready? Who's ready to, I know everybody's like, get that phone, get in there, be ready. Come on. It's like we're going to have some winners today. Let's do this. Answer fast to get the points. What does PEAK stand for? Do you remember what I said? Is it professional education and knowledge? Providing energy, action, and knowledge? Program eligibility application kit. What do you think? How do you feel about that? Got 3, 2, 1. What do we got? Yep, right there. Program, eligibility, application kit. The other ones sound fancy too, but that's our peak. Let's see. Who's moving on up? Oh, look at that. Who was the fastest this time? Oh, look at neck to neck still. Iman was fastest. Sweet. Sweet. Again, still doing this. Skip the Line is a client portal we are using in Denver Human Services, and we are actually starting to roll this out for our SNAP to Success program. Remember, I talked about the food and the SNAP, and actually, this is a way for us to communicate with the client. And I love this because it'll remind client about appointments that maybe they have with Colorado Works or with SNAP to Success. But we're going to start rolling it out to our core team members. Anybody can sign up for this now. If you reach out to the call center and say, I'm interested in, being in the client portal, but our case managers are supposed to help with this as well. And again, I love it because it'll give you, an alert, either a text or an email or both, letting you know about those appointments that you might miss. You can also upload documents for Colorado Works, Snap to Success. But again, this is a great tool for us to be able to communicate with our partners or actually with our clients. So that's an FYI for all of you. Use it, please. Connect for Health, by the way, that's our marketplace. We're lucky to have our own official marketplace in Colorado. So let's say you're over income for Medicaid and you need help getting some coverage. Connect for Health is the way to go. And they are the only official marketplace in Colorado. The open enrollment period typically is November 1st through January 15th. However, life change event, it opens it up where you can apply. Now they've extended it. Right now, the new enrollment period is all the way going through May. So if somebody needs coverage and they don't have it, maybe they never thought about getting it, maybe they were on Medicaid, who knows? They can go ahead and reach out to get that coverage. Jessica Smith is my contact. She's amazing. And again, they work with clients who do not qualify because of their job. They may not get coverage or they can't get it due to a higher income or immigration status. Reach out to them. Okay. With lawfully permanent residents, typically they have to wait 5 years to be eligible for any program. However, if you're lawfully permanent resident child or a pregnant LPR, you can get Medicaid, FYI, and you don't have to wait 5 years. So that's an FYI. All right, this is called Karma. This is another tool that public safety has put together. And what I like about Karma is I've also used it when I've done the encampment work, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oh, lovely. They changed the link. I knew that would happen. Remember what I said when they changed something overnight? It is Karma, stands for Community Resource. It's a community resource map. And so I'm going to have to let marketing know that the link is no longer working. But the idea is this: picture a map that shows you every single grocery store in the neighborhood. It shows you the library. It shows you where the police stations are or medical offices. I'm going to try another way to search it. So bear with me. Okay. Denver Human, I got to spell Denver though. Denver Human Services. And I'm going to put Karma. See if it shows up there. Come on now. Yeah, let's see. Safety announces the tool. Doesn't look like it. I'm going to try one more thing. Bear with me. Denver Karma. Come on now. Nope, there it goes. Denver Community Asset. Come on, there it is. Denver Community Asset Resource Mapping Application. And what that application does, as I mentioned, is it a way for you to pull it up on your phone and you can actually, look at that. How cool is that? So you're having on your phone, it shows you a grocery store. Look at that, a hospital, the districts, different district locations, Rotary Recreation Center, and so on. So that is the Karma. And like I said, I will send Gloria the correct link now, and I'll alert our marketing team that it's no longer linked correctly, because everybody looks for this. But that's an example of how you can use a Karma tool. And here's what happened. police officer was patrolling. He saw an individual that was suffering a mental health crisis and was in bad shape. He was able to use the Karma. I think he had a tablet in his police car. He was able to pull it up and saw there was a clinic right around the corner. And he was able to get that individual. And that's what I love about the tool is it makes everybody an expert, right? So that's another tool we can use. And again, I've used it when I've done encampment and someone wanted to know where the closest grocery store was. That's Karma. All right. Document runner service. Remember what I said? Can have documents dropped off and picked up. There's a phone number. You can call the hotline 720-944-1520. And here's the deal. You're typically looking at applications for food assistance, the med, the cash, childcare assistance, LEAP, if they need their EBT card, electronic benefits transfer, EBT, they can also have it delivered as well if they have child support payments. And again, our general assistance applications as well. So please know you do have that phone number to call and they will drop it off and then come back and pick it up. Awesome. And then we also have the thing, the other service we're now offering or have for most of COVID is the EBT card pickup. So a client applies for food assistance. And let's say I'm thinking about my folks that are on the street that don't have a good address for us to send that card. Maybe there's partners that have a good address, but this is one way that they can call and set up an appointment and say, I'm going to show up at the building at this time. Now, when that water main broke and we were really, really closed down, we stopped doing this. We're up and running it again. So again, if someone needs that EBT card, you have the EBT card. There also is a separate card for KeyBank if you have cash programs only, but with the EBT card, electronic benefits transfer, it's for cash. It also is for food. Sound good? I love this service, by the way, and I love the document runner stuff we're doing. So who can apply or how? You can mail, you can fax. You can also go on the website to get more information, use Peak, Health First Colorado, and then Hunger Free is one of our partners that you can call and apply for food assistance over the phone. And they put that into the Peak system. So in a pinch, if you don't like going online to apply for food, you don't want to use MyCO benefits, reach out to Hunger Free Colorado. They're a great resource. They also will tell you about food pantries. They'll also tell you about double up food bucks, etc., where you use your EBT card at farmers markets and get 2 for 1. Whew. All right. Showing you a little bit about our webpage real quick. And when you go to food, cash, and med, and then the map that shows there, I'm going to show you. I'm going to give you another demonstration because I'm all about showing. I'm all about showing you how to navigate it because sometimes it can be hard, but I'm saying give our website a chance. So I usually come here and go to apply for assistance. All right. And I can come right here where it says, come here. It's kind of hard to see, but I click here and then you'll see the food, med, and cash. I'm going to click on the food one though, because I want you to see this. Look at this. Shows you how to apply now, online, in person, mail, fax, phone. But look at what it'll show you, the map, where there's food pantries, right? Or where they have hot meals, etc. That's why I love this map. What you want to do though, make sure you call before you go because you never know with COVID and changes and hours, etc. But like I said, to be able to get to our page and find that information right there. Like I said, if you have it on your cell phone, again, I pulled this up on my cell phone working the encampments to find information. But also on our pages over on the right-hand side, you'll see more information about partners. You'll see Food Bank of the Rockies, Metro Caring. Oh boy, the Explorer Pass. How many of you know about the Explorer Pass? Love it. With the EBT card, you can actually get into these museums and the zoo for $1 or $2, and you can take up to 10 people using your card. So like I've said before, I take every kid in the neighborhood and go, right, Children's Museum, Museum of Nature and Science, Art Museum. Again, what's important though, call ahead of time because with COVID restrictions, they may limit who can go in and out. But that's amazing using the EBT card that you can go Wings Over the Rockies, History Colorado. And like I said, the zoo, they typically, it looks like they may be out of season. Still reach out to them. You never know. They might still take it. But that is called the Explorer Pass. And again, that is to the right side. On most of our web pages, you're going to find other resources. Double Up Food Bucks used to be called Live Well Colorado. Now it's called Nourish Colorado. Double Up Food Bucks will take you to their site, and you can also find out where there's a location near you. Hunger Free will help you as well. But again, think of a 2-for-1 using your EBT card in order to get produce. Amazing, because we know how much it does cost for food that is fresh. It's unfortunate that it costs so much. Again, it shows you the different partners. Let's keep going because we are running out of time. Department of Housing Stability. I showed you that website. Denver property tax. This is huge. And this opened up May 1st. I'm going to skip through this real quick because what you need to know is this. If you are a family homeowner or you are elderly and disabled renter or homeowner, you can get help paying your property tax. And I know you're saying, great, how do we get to that point? How do we get to that point? And so again, I'm going back on our website. I'm going to go back on that first page again and look down here. You've got Denver property tax relief. Then you come down here, there's the application for renters, application for homeowners, and then other questions. But what I also love, shows the program rules over here. But let's say this program is for folks that are elderly, etc. I want to say older adults, which I happen to be one. I just found out I'm old, but that's okay. So I clicked on that on the side. Remember I said the partners on the side? And this takes me to support for older adults. And I'm like, oh, I want to know more. I can come down here, but I can also go over to the right. Denver Office on Aging. Click on that. I'm going to come all the way down to Division and Offices. And right here, you're going to see different offices. Office of Financial Empowerment, Division of Disability, Refugee and Immigrant Affairs, or Refugee, yes, and then Office Sign Language, but come all the way down here, Office on Aging. And again, I can give you the direct link if you need it. But guess what they have in here? They have a resource directory that they built. This is a little outdated, but I'm telling you, if you can use this and start making phone calls, here is a resource packet that provides so much information for you. Example, you want to know more about dental programs or lifelong engagement, legal services. This document is a great document. So if you get a chance, again, I can give you the direct link of how to get there. But again, that's just navigating our web page. And I started out going to property tax first, going to the right-hand side to look for other services, and then again, Denver Office on Aging. All right, that was a quick tutorial. Whew, let's keep going. We are doing well. RTD, live your best life. 40% discount for your RTD card. You can apply online through Peak. Bottom line is we have a team that can help you. If you're having problems getting your picture put on the card via Peak, you can reach out to them. They will walk you through it. And it's right there, DHS_RTD live denvergov.org. Whew, okay, keep moving. Changes. This is huge. Disaster assistance under Colorado Works TANF. If you have children and you're making less than $75,000 a year, you can qualify for $4,000 worth of help. Holy smokes. And it has to be a COVID emergency, but it could be if you're at home and a parent and you're doing, trying to help with remote learning for your child, and maybe you need some school supplies or maybe a laptop or something like that, reach out to us. You can apply online through Peak for that. Reach out to me. I'll send you more of the criteria. You can also call, but I'm always willing to share with you. And again, making less than $75,000 in a year, and you could qualify for up to $4,000. And what's the common denominator? Could be pregnant, have a child, could be a kinship case where a grandparent caring for a child. That's huge. public health emergency. Right now, since April of last year, if you were on Medicaid, you were locked in. Even if you went over income, you were not going to lose your coverage. And by the way, that is extended and it keeps getting extended 90 days at a time. The current administration is talking about making it go all the way through December 2021. So that's great news. And that's great news for our clients to not fear that they may lose their Medicaid coverage, for whatever reason. So that's great news. Also in Denver right now, we are not doing interviews for food assistants or for the application or recertification. So we are taking applications and we're processing them for food. And this just started up again and it'll go through June. That being said, when you turn in that application for a client, make sure you fill it out to the best of your ability for them or for yourself. Because if anything is missing, we're going to send a verification checklist to you to have it returned. It may be check stubs, etc. But that's huge. Go ahead on My CO Benefits, go on Peak, turn in the paper application, and they will get you processed. Emergency allotments. Right now, our clients are receiving the max allotment. Prior to COVID, they may not, because we look at income and expenses. So this is supposed to continue through September 2021. And in some cases, some folks are even getting more than a maximum allotment as of this month. If you need more answers about that, reach out to me privately. I will tell you the world. Okay.
لا مش كل شهر كل سنة كل
Hello?
مرة.
Oh, I gotta unmute you or mute you. This, how many of you heard of this pandemic EBT? If you have children in the reduced lunch program at school, you got an allotment last summer that I think it was $287 per child if you were in the reduced lunch program at school, as well as on food assistance. If you're only on the reduced or free lunch program at school, you would have to apply for this. Now they're doing it again.
I'm sorry, is it still valid?
It's going to happen
open?
again. It's happening again. And you will see here that they may get up to $136.40 per month per student if they're doing remote learning, and up to $81.84 if they're doing a hybrid learning. Let's say they're, in school and at home. So the bottom line is this is going into effect, and there's more information on the website. And so again, they said they're going to start issuing this month in late May. Your client should be receiving this if their children were on the reduced lunch program at school. Awesome. So that's pandemic EBT. It's pandemic electronic benefits transfer. And that's huge. So again, anybody you know that has children on a reduced lunch program, even if they're doing some remote learning and they're in school, they're still going to get some money. And that's awesome. All right. Oh, ready for Mentimeter? How are we doing? We're winding down. We're getting close. We're getting close. 2 more questions. Come on. Finish strong, as I tell my boys, whether in school or work or on the baseball field when they played, I always said, finish strong. So let's finish strong. What do we got? Let's do this. Ooh, what does PEBT stand for? Is it, I like this one, peanut, elephant, butter, truffle. Haven't you ever heard of that? Peanut, elephant, butter, truffle. What do we got? Pandemic, electronic benefits transfer. Sweet. All right, we're almost done. Let's keep going. How we doing? Whoo, look at that neck to neck. Who is the fastest that time? Come on, you never know. Iman was fastest. Dion still on top. Let's do this. All right, I don't want to go too much in the weeds, but know this. We've had 1, 2, 3 stimulus packages, right? And there's been 3 different kinds of unemployment, and it's very confusing for a lot of us, for our clients. My son was on unemployment in January after working all the way through COVID, and then they let him go in January. So it was like, oh, are you kidding me? That being said, these unemployment payments are going through September 6th, and that's the American Rescue Plan. That's the latest one. So if you have more questions about this, What I wanted you to see though, is if there's questions about what money counts for what program. If somebody's on Colorado Works and Adult Financial, those stimulus payments, they're not going to count as income unless you have it in your bank account for over 12 months. Then they start looking at it as a resource, okay? So that being said, you could save it, but no, after 12 months, the program will look at it as a resource and you may not be eligible anymore, just an FYI. I'm not saying to take it out and put it under your mattress because you don't want that something bad to happen, but just an FYI. And then these are the different kinds of unemployment, what does and doesn't count for medical assistance, especially when those stimulus payments, and then SNAP, what is or isn't countable for SNAP. All right, we're almost there. And again, if you have questions, reach out to me. I'll answer anything. Our buildings are all still closed, believe it or not. We have staff working at homes remotely, and we may not reopen. It may not be till September. A lot of the city and county of Denver is looking at opening in some capacity June 1st, but we're still working on those pieces. So that being said, we have drop boxes at every single location. And again, how you can get a hold of us, mail, fax, the web, Peak, Health First, Hunger Free. That's a duplicate slide. I apologize for that. And then what do we got? Last question. This is a trick one. Just giving you that. What number do you call to contact DHS? What do you think? 720-944-4DHS, 720-944-3666, 720-944-4347. This number or numbers is how you get a hold of our call center. And guess what? All of those are right. FYI. Trick question. But think of it this way, 720-944-4DHS. You call into our call center. I want to put a disclaimer out there. We have had some folks waiting 60 to 90 minutes, especially the beginning of the month. It can be very tough. I'm saying if you're calling in, get on first thing in the morning. But again, reach out to me. I'll help you out in any way I can. Also, you have the contact sheet in your packet that has the email for our call center. You can email our call center to ask questions. Use email all day long. Then you're not going to be on hold. All right. So let's see who won. Come on. Show me who's the leader. Who's fastest? What do we got? Sweet. Dion's a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I will give out a first and second place. Gloria, you're second, unless you want me to give it to Iman.
Let's give it to Iman.
Okay, so what I'm asking is you have my email. I'm going to need your personal email for me to send you an Amazon gift card. And it'll be for $10 for each of you. So you can spend it. I love Amazon. I'm guilty. I buy groceries now. I'm such a lazy girl. Let's see. What else?
I'm connecting from my phone. I don't have access to this.
Okay, so here's the deal. What I'm going to do, again, is I'm going to put my email in for any of you to reach out to me at any time, but especially I'm going to need the emails for the folks that just won. Okay, that's important. So it's Kathy.crusanford@denvergov.org. You can use a hyphen between my last names as well. I'm looking to see what else. The copy of the presentation, it's actually in my Google Docs folder. So I'm going to put that link in there. But if you'd rather me just send it to you via email, I can do that. But sometimes it bounces back because the file is so big. So I put the Dress for Success training folder in there that has this PowerPoint. And then I'm going to give you one more packet. And that's my Navigator training folder. And there is so much in that folder. I'm also going to send all these links to Gloria for her to send out to you. But know this, once you have this link, I change things all the time because especially you saw the changes with COVID about folks getting the maximum allotment or the public health emergency or the pandemic EBT. So always go into that folder, check it out. And if you're interested in attending the Navigator training, we're full until July. However, if I can always sneak you into some of the ones I have going on right now. It's 2.5 hours, and it does cover protection and operation. It does talk about child support, child welfare, adult protection, and a repeat of a lot of this. So, but go into that PowerPoint, take a look. So stay connected. By the way, we have the Denver Human Services Community Digest newsletter that goes out every single Monday now, and it's amazing. We also are going to have Denver Human Services Community Connections. So if you want to advertise something, example, Dress for Success wants to advertise an event, you'll be able to send it to this email and it'll go out to my entire distribution list. I've trained over 6,000 people and over 360 organizations for about 9 years now. Our list isn't quite 6,000 anymore because people come and go, but you have the ability to send information out. And then finally, we have our Denver Human Services Community Network meeting is this Friday, and Victoria Aguilar and other organizations are going to be presenting on refugee and immigrant services. So does anybody have any more questions from me? And like I said, I'm also, let's see if I can put my link in there for you to sign up. I'm going to show you the community digest, by the way, very quick before we sign off, because it's important for me for you to see this. And it's a newsletter that is going out every Monday now. We started back in February. And so you can go back on here and look at this. It shows our community network meeting that's coming up. It shows the Food Bank of the Rockies schedule. You can download a flyer. It talks more about our different grants. It talks about other youth can gain skills. And then also the Health Access Express van that Denver Health puts out. Also low income plans like Connect for Health. So this is just one of many community digests, but you can come to this link, click on it, and guess what? That's how you can join to get this newsletter every single Monday. So I'll provide that information too as well to Gloria to share with you. Does anybody have any questions before we sign off and, celebrate Cinco de Mayo? And it wasn't Taco Tuesday, that was yesterday. So I'm
One
gonna go.
question for you.
Yes.
People who making income. I have a friend of mine. Her and her husband, they are, according to Human Service, they making a little bit higher to qualify for Medicaid. So they asked them to purchase a private insurance.
Yes.
And somehow her husband, he got an emergency in University Hospital, and he got run to the emergency hospital for a couple days, and they end up with the huge bill. Both they are adult, and they have one child that he growing up and not anymore in their house. But the two adult that they are, both of them end up in huge bill
Right.
from
And-
Medicare. But both they don't qualify for any assistance.
Right. And so they didn't sign up on the marketplace for a plan there, and they had a medical emergency. And I know there's something called CICP. It's called Colorado Indigent Care Program that they can apply for and pay on a sliding scale. They may not be eligible for that. There's also different organizations, like I know with Kaiser, they always offer a plan that if you have to pay it back. Again, there's other organizations that might be able to assist with that. If you want to send me an email, I can do further research and let you know what kind of help they can get. And again, like I said, I will reach out to our DHS Resource Hub team, and I'll also dig further concerning Connect for Health, etc. Now with Medicaid, if you are qualified for Medicaid when you are applying, and it can look back 3 months, it's called RetroMed. However, you have to be eligible within that time that bill was put in place. Does that make sense? But Medicaid does have the ability to look back 3 months. So, but do reach out to me. You have my email. What else? Oh, and also you're asking about, you're not in Denver County. Some of these programs are available. Actually, the disaster assistance that I mentioned in this training, the disaster assistance, let's go to my main page. Come on now. I'm going back to my main page. That cash program is available in a lot of counties. Okay. So that's disaster assistance or emergency assistance if you have children And again, it have to be making less than 75,000. Many counties are offering that program. Many counties are offering a form of general assistance like us as well. So any other questions? Let's see if I missed anything. And again, for our general assistance, emergency assistance, we welcome anybody. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to try to save this chat to make sure I have everything I need and make sure I can get back to you if you have any other questions. But do please reach out. It is 7:01, so I apologize. I'm 1 minute over. Like I said, if you won today, make sure you send me that email, send it to me, and I will get you that Amazon gift card and you go spend it on yourself, especially if you're a mother. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there as well. I'm going to celebrate with my boys, and I'll stay on a little longer, Gloria, if anybody has any questions.
All right. Well, I mean, Kathy, you were amazing as always. Thank you so much for coming and doing this presentation for us. These resources are just, it's uplifting to hear that there is so much help out there for people in all sorts of areas. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing, and for this wonderful game that kept things so much fun. That's always fun. And I have one little surprise for everyone. Ladies, if you attended this presentation, you are getting a Chick-fil-A card, which is compliments. This is something that our ambassador, Iman Benjaloun, went out and got for all of you. So thank you, Iman. You're on here, I know. So you get one too. Yeah, so let's thank you, Mom, for those. So when you come for your suiting, I will have your Chick-fil-A card along with all your goodies. So thank you so much. And I will go ahead and hand it over to all of you. If you have any more questions, thank you, Kathy, for wanting to or being available for our ladies. So
Anytime.
ladies, any more questions?
Anytime.